There's games we once enjoyed that were once alive to now being left abandoned. Some of these games will leave a legacy and be brought up in conversation, but for some, they're not brought up so much, even being forgotten. Our list of 9 games will go from least obscure to most, sort of like an iceberg video. Hey everyone, this is Winter Trap. Let's get right into some From the developer who made Welcome to the Town of Robloxia has a similar game, but it's bigger and it takes place in a city, Robloxity. You can consider this to be a game version of a ghost town, once full of life, now barren. Robloxity is a city role-playing game with many jobs, roles, and housing to choose from. The map itself, despite most of it being fake buildings, has so much to explore, topped with a beautiful skyline. To get around, you can pay for a train or choose from a huge variety of vehicles, from cars and trucks to boats and helicopters. It's an impressive amount, but you need lots of money and that will take a while. Fortunately, if you join nowadays, you'll automatically become a millionaire. I wonder why. Robloxity was voted as the winner of the Roblox Users' Choice of City Simulator / Roleplay Game of 2013. During its popular years, it can have up to thousands playing, being one of Roblox's most popular games. Over the years, it will die down to eventually be shut down in 2017. Throughout its history, it got hacked a lot. I remember when I was playing, I don't know if this was a bug or hack, but there was this player with a lawnmower stuck in the front of their truck, and that caused it to fling people in vehicles. Like, they were being absolute menace with that thing. Robloxity will return in 2019, where everyone was given 10 million for free, and from there, Robloxity will receive no further updates. Occasionally, players will join to reminisce on time spent on this once lively game, but it mostly sits at 0 online. Walking around the city, sometimes it feels eerie, and sometimes you can feel the ghosts of the past. Someone will make a version of Robloxity that showcases the ruins of a once prominent Roblox game called Robloxity 10 years later. It's really sad to play, but at least you can still enjoy and explore the original with some minor bugs. It's not a normal road trip because you'll be doing minigames and fighting boss fights. Road trip is almost like if you took epic minigames and the normal elevator and made it into one and sprinkled a little bit of that 2018 feel to it. You first spawn in the bus station, then you go through these doors to enter the bus itself. Inside the bus, it gives off a house party vibe. The whole game kinda does. Here you'll wait until the next round. Once the bus is at the destination, you can leave the bus to enter the map. You earn coins from playing or going around collecting them. With coins you can buy trails, and if you earn or find tickets, you can buy capes. Souvenirs are earned through various ways. I remember a map where everyone were buses, and you went around only collecting coins. I don't think it was this racing map, unless I'm misremembering things again. When Road Trip was released in early 2018, it immediately became popular and had YouTubers playing it like Flamingo. When I first joined this game, I thought it was going to be the next big thing. If I had money, I would have invested inside this game. It was also perfect in the internet culture of that time by references, one of them being that dancing hot dog. The last peak of Road Trip, I believe, was in 2019 during the pizza party event. Till this day, you have the pizza launchers from that event. After this, the game will decline, especially after 2021 when the game will stop receiving updates. Today, it sits with 0 players online with occasional visits. If you go to the Road Trip group and check the group wall, you'll see very recent comments of people missing this once super popular game. When I see a Road Trip, I see it as a remnant of the time. A game with so much promise becoming abandoned. Behind the door of this wacky sentient house are many different random stages. It lives up to the name, the crazy Funhouse Obby. If you never played it before, you wouldn't even know what the next stage is even going to be about. This obby was made by Platinum Falls, the same developer who made all these obbies that you may know. He also has a channel called Fat Paps, where he has these trailers for his obbies. It tend to be a bit strange. One I remember was the grandma one. From simple checker tiles, to bowls of cereal, to pyramids. Wait, am I remembering things right? Weren't there like keys in the bowl of cereal port cereal? That's the adventure obby. It's like similar to the Crazy Funhouse because they have the same, almost the same stages, and it also features the Crazy Funhouse itself. But the thumbnail for the Crazy Funhouse shows the same bowl used in the adventure obby. And this video here shows a Crazy Funhouse with way more stages and some stages that were changed. I think I remember this version too. Before we leave, the soundtrack of this game is memorable and perfectly expresses being inside of this place, from wacky to calming. The death sound in this game is perfect.
Oh, I died.
Oof, I'm Dying always had me laugh as a kid. It always made dying less triggering. I really can't see any history for a Crazy Funhouse other than this video is showing a different version of it and the thumbnail showing the Adventure Obby's bowl of cereal. Today it's been closed since 2016, so the one you see is a remake of Roblox. There's many other remakes out there. I'm sure if this was still open, people would still be on it, though a little bit, it still wouldn't be left forgotten. This game was peak until it made me destroy my old laptop. Freeze Tag Classic, or for a time, Roblox Freeze Tag, is a game of freeze tag with a couple of other game modes, that being Tag Your It and Infection. The most unique thing about this game was that you get to become characters as taggers, most notably a minion. Depending on servers, the rounds can have lots of taggers. The style of the game is very vibrant, the maps feel like hide and seek extreme, and the lobby is colorful with slides and the VIP doors, more so the Enjoy door. Enjoy is a shirt that you have seen in early Roblox, it's gone now, and Enjoy themselves is a company for skateboarding decks. You need to wear the shirt to enter the room. Inside are these bundles. I used to own this shirt and had access. Though it says it was created in 2010, the minion used was made in June of 2013. So I believe Freeze Tag Classic was released between 2013 and 2014. The oldest footage I found was in April of 2014, but I can't find it anymore because I was dumb doing research. I don't know when this game really took off, but I know that it was very popular up to 2016, 2018. 2019 will be the year the developer will make a second Freeze Tag game that's recently updated and still has some players playing it, whereas the original will last be updated in 2022. Today it sits with 0 players, with the occasional bunch that play it. At least it's not completely forgotten. The school of Wizardry is where every Robloxian looking to become a wizard goes. Well, used to. Wizardry 2 is a role-playing game with so much to explore. Here you will feel like a real wizard, riding on brooms, making potions, completing side quests, finding dungeons, casting spells, and wizard duels. To cast spells you need to find these books, and for potions you need to find ingredients. It's crazy how this is forgotten about. It's like the most underrated roleplay ever. Like, this place is beautifully architected. If you couldn't tell, Wizardry is based or super inspired from Harry Potter. The school is almost one-to-one with Hogwarts. There's the 4 houses, the grand staircase, and other things that are from Harry Potter. Playing this, I felt like I was actually at Hogwarts, just I was only going around to showcase this game. I highly suggest you go and explore this game because I didn't show everything here. Wizardry began from the first that was made in 2010, but really it was in 2009. From the description, it was originally called Hogwarts/Blockwarts, but due to copyright, it was changed to Wizardry. Wizardry 1 is very outdated. I'm not sure when Wizardry 2 was released, but the earliest footage I found was in 2013, where it seems like it was an early build. Based on the videos and the Wayback Machine, Wizardry 2 will stay popular up to 2017 and die down in 2020. Today it's completely empty and I never seen any other players online. Like Road Trip, there's a group wall and you can see people missing this game. I too really miss this game because it was one of the first Roblox games I ever played. It's like going back to your childhood home, seeing it empty. If you have time, then spend it exploring the mini halls of the School of Wizardry. You're trapped in this big house. It starts at dawn, then it turns to noon, then dusk, then night. Your goal is to escape before it arrives. At midnight, the monster arrives, or a duck. It's actually not a duck that arrives. The monsters on here are called ducks because in the description it says to sugarcoat them so you don't suspect the monster coming to get you. Always found that really funny. Around there are hidden teleporters, which are called keys, that take you in front of the house where you can climb on top of it to win. I haven't found that yet despite watching so many videos. It has to be random every time or it doesn't work anymore. If you can't find it, then you have to survive the monster or duck until morning. The monster's AI seems to have a pathfinder, which is impressive. Escape Before It Arrives was made in 2009, but the oldest footage I found was from 2012, where it shows a completely different house design that was all gray. There was a game before it called Find Your Way Out Before Jason Arrives, which makes me believe that this was the earliest rendition of Escape Before It Arrives. In 2014 or 2013, the main game will be seen. Back then, it used to have this cheery music, but it's not here anymore. The game stopped receiving updates in January of 2015, being our longest abandoned game. When you play it, it's really amazing how it still works after 10 years of no updates or fixes. By the way, this is the same developer who made the Roblox Bloody Mary games. Both games work well, even after a whole decade of being abandoned. Fun and simple yet difficult Jeep Obby, or what we called it back then, Jeep Obey, is about driving a Jeep through various obstacles to reach checkpoints until the end. The style of it, despite floating in the sky, simulates terrain where a real Jeep would traverse. The sky takes me back to when I first saw this game. Don't try to be slick and not use the Jeep, you won't make it to the end. There's 4 Jeep Obbies I know from this developer. The original, NBC, Jeep Obby 2, and Jeep Obby 3. NBC is Jeep Obby 2, but only a little different, and Jeep Obby 2 used to be smaller. Jeep Obby 3 is very different from the others with this cave of lava you go through. When you make it to the end of these, you can go back or drive the Jeep around and jump ramps. The first Jeep Obby was made in 2009. A year later, Jeep Obby 2 and another year, NBC was released. Don't know when Jeep Obby 3 came out. From videos made on Jeep Obby, really on Jeep Obby 2, it seems like this was sort of popular around 2013 and remained niche after that. It's one of those games that starts off having lots of people playing it because it's new and soon fading into obscurity. I remember Jeep Obby for how frustrating it could be and being one of the first Roblox games I played. As kids, this game was kinda scary. To me, it was terrifying. Now that we're older, we can see that most of it were cheap jump scares. Horror Stories 2 followed the standard Roblox horror story format where the player walks through rooms to progress a story, and at the end they are usually teleported back. Not here, you're killed and jump scared. There was a remake I played recently, but sadly it's closed. Horror Stories 2 features creepypastas, SCPs, and other horror stories / content from around the internet. Or they're made up. The lobby is split into 2 stories and has a couple off rooms for this to hold the large amount of stories they have. To enter a story, simply walk up to the thumbnail. If you want to know the name, then click the chat bubble, then it will give you the name and the level of horror. You will die at the end of all these, and after that, you can go to the next story. Horror Stories begin with the first one made in 2010. There's not much information on the original other than this video and it being similar to the sequel. The game will soon stop receiving updates due to the creator focusing on Horror Stories 2. It will soon be, assuming, closed in 2014. Horror Stories 2 will receive more visits than the original, and I believe it had a good player base up until it was closed in 2016. Despite Horror Stories 2 having a short life, it was kind of fun playing it even though I hated jump scares. I remember the Ben Drown one the most because we made Link say, "Zelda!" like that in a funny way when he gets you. Even though the name of the game made it extremely hard to find, I bet some of you will never forget those PNG jump scares. A last game was so obscure that I consider it to be lost media. Me and my brothers have been looking for this game for the last 10 years, and one day a miracle happened where, with the right search, I got a video about the killer classic, or just the killer, by Ace Cater. The video is from the YouTube channel Joel Matt Garcia. The killer plays out like this: there's the runners and there's the killer. During each round, a random player is chosen to become the killer, and everyone else are runners. The runner is given a head start before the killer is released. The goal for the runners is to complete the obstacle course before the killer catches up to them. The goal of the killer is to kill as many runners as they can before they escape. The killer wins if they kill most of the players. Each round is 300 seconds or 5 minutes. Yet the levels themselves are short, but not too sure because these are the only 2 maps we get to see. A map with these trees and a one with lava. Alright, real quick, this is my recreation area before I found the video of the killer. It was very surprising seeing how basic the killer's lobby is. It has a coming soon area, a second story, and a teleporter that takes you to a practice obby. The practice obby is short and has rising lava. If you reach the end, you will gain experience. You gain points and experience from this game. Points give you items and experience raises your level. You need levels and points to buy things like hats, swords, and boots. The style reminds me of OG Murder Mystery with the color name tags. The Killer was released in 2014 and had a very short life of over a year, which is the reason why this game is so obscure. There's no reason why it was closed, but it turns out that there was a sequel that was really short-lived. The Killer is based off of an old Minecraft minigame called Run from the Beast, where it shows a similar format, except at the end you get to kill the beast. The Killer has left a huge impact on me whenever I think of my times playing Roblox. It feels so relieving and great to finally see that it existed. I forgot to say how watching that video brought back so many memories, and how thankful I feel about finding a video that's a review on the Killer, because it gives us a good insight of how the Killer used to be. I just wish to play it one more time. If you have any information, videos, or a possible remake, I would really appreciate it. For now, my search for the Killer is rested. It's been amazing finding these games over the years and finally getting to show them. I feel blessed finding the Killer and putting myself at rest. Of course, I'm not the first person to make videos on forgotten or abandoned Roblox games, but this was my take on it. Anyway, I hope you all share some games that you feel that are forgotten about, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.